Alright, so today's video is getting started before I even get home. So I just got off work, pulled up to Home Depot. We're going to go see if they have the part I need for my Hydro e-brake. Alright guys, this is the moment of truth right here. This is the end all be all. If this doesn't fit, I'm gonna be super pissed. I'm gonna open this like a barbarian. It has a zipper on it. I don't know why I didn't just unzip it. Okay, so this side, good. This side, hold on. Is it not this size? Looks like it might be a little bit. Son of a bitch. But that's not that bad because we can rethread this. Okay, so the tap that we use on the SR20 looks like it may be the perfect size, but it's weird because it's a helicoil tap, so I don't know if that's different because it like has to accept the helicoil and then the thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out the drill head or the chuck on my drill press with the 1/2-inch one so I can put the drill bit in. I'm going to drill through some metal, tap it, and see if this piece threads into it, and if it's a success, then we're going to do that to the clutch master as well. Bad news, I was unable to swap out the drill chuck on the drill press. Good news, it was already a 1/2-inch. So the drill bit's in. A little bit more bad news is I'm all out of lubricant. So we're going in raw. And it's probably going to burn up this bit. But I wasn't planning on doing this today because I thought that part was going to work and it didn't. But I'm fed up, so we're doing it. I really need to invest in some better clamps because I don't think this is going to work. But I don't got time for that. Well, the drill bit made it through the sheet metal. I tried to tap it. It was a little bit too shallow for it to really get a good tap. But from what I can tell, it was threading in. So I went ahead and I tried to just drill out the clutch master and thread that because it's a lot deeper. But my drill bit is toast. It needs to be sharpened before it's able to do that. I was able to get it like halfway drilled out and then halfway tapped, but my tap was not liking it. Something about the material it's made out of, it just kept slipping. And so we're going to do this. And I'm also thinking, if it does leak, do I need to have brake fluid? Because it's not going in an actual car. So just water or, you know, something else should work, right? Because all I need is a liquid in there to be pushed up. It doesn't matter what that liquid is. It's not going in a car. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Don't have any gloves, I don't think. At least any... Oh. Bummer. Fresh out of garage gloves. Oh well, my hands are going to smell like JB Weld for a while. Let me cut off a real good piece though. I don't know if that's in there. Guess we'll give that a minute. See if it hardens in like that. Hope it does. Be nice. So, see you guys in a little bit. I totally should have soldered the wires to these before JB welding it on there permanently. Good news is it looks like it's holding. I'm lifted up by it, so I don't want to mess with it too much because it's only been sitting for a few minutes, but it does appear to be working. Okay, well, since that's on there pretty solid, I'm gonna go grab the wires and we're gonna solder this guy up. I totally forgot that the wires that came with my PCB board have the little clippies already on it. So they're just too small. So I have to just grind these posts down and then we're good to go. So I got my Dremel and we're gonna give it a shot. We're all wired up. It's kind of a bummer I didn't get to solder though. Alright, so JB Weld seems to be holding. I have it filled up with brake fluid. I did fill it up with the water first, but when I pulled it, it didn't spring back as nice as it is now. It still doesn't. It still gets caught a little bit. I'm going to have to fix that. But it seems to be holding up, no leaks. So that is a positive sign. You just saw me pull it with it mounted. And so it's held in there pretty good just by this thing. So far so good. Now what I'm going to do is this is my USB PCB. And basically I'm just going to plug these two wires into one of these white cubes. And then once I do that, then in theory, when I pull back, it sends pressure to... So when I pull this back, it compresses the spring, which shoots fluid up here, which sends a signal to this that there's pressure, which sends a signal across these wires, which sends it to that, which tells that I'm pressing a button. That's how it should work. And then I go in my game and I say, when I press this button, the button right here, that's my e-brake. And that's how this is going to work. I'm not going to fully, I got to 3D print an enclosure for this. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to wire it up and see if it works. Alright, so here's a set of Corsa. And that yellow, the reason why that bar is yellow is because I'm moving my steering wheel. So if I press the gas, you'll see that that's that. If I hit the clutch, you'll see that that will turn yellow. And if I hit buttons on it, you'll see that the buttons press down here. Well, over here you see my generic USB joystick. So it's going to read as a button. So when I pull back on the e-brake, those bottom ones should light up. However, pulling all the way back, nothing is lighting up. So all I could think, because it's wired up correctly, all I could think is that JB Weld got in the hole right here and is not letting fluid up, so it's not sensing it. I kept all the JB Weld away from the bottom on purpose. That way when I pushed it in, the only place that JB Weld could go would be up. But it is possible that some got past and is blocking that. The only way I'd know for sure is by taking it apart. That yet, because I'm kind of over this whole e-brake thing, I want to just get back to, I don't know, drifting in the game and not messing with this, and I want to get back to the SR20. So I am going to wrap this up to where it works, but all I have to do is add a spring right here. So when I pull back, it springs forward, and then make it to where this, when I pull it back, hits a button. And I have plenty of buttons for this to switch. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to just wire it up that way. Well, unfortunately, both the springs that I have are too small to fit around this bolt. And that one is obviously just way too short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire it up to this button, and I'm going to hot glue this button like right here. So when I pull back, it presses it, and hopefully that works. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Soldering this, hot gluing it, and then just bolting this back up the way it was. Alright, my phone's about to die, so I have to try to make this fast. But I may have found out what our issue was. So I had this guy all the way tightened down, and it made it to where it wasn't getting a lot of pressure, so it wasn't springing back as much. So I don't even need to use a spring at all because there's a spring inside, and now it springs back really, really good now that I just made it kind of longer, so it's a little bit compressed already. So now when I pull it back, it's super compressed and it springs up. So that may have been why this wasn't getting any fluid to it, because it wasn't compressing it enough. So we'll try that again, but just in case, I'm going to be wiring up this guy. So if you are curious of how to wire one of these up, basically I'm wiring it up to where it's always open. That way it knows that it's normally open, and when it closes, that means that the button's being pressed. You could also make it to where it's always closed, and then that way when the object lifts off, it means it's being pressed. But anyways, I'm doing it to where it's always open, and then when it hits, it pushes the e-brake. And you just wire that up by looking at like what the little letters say. So I'm going normally open, and then there's my ground or my common. So the blue's going on the normally open, and then the white's going on the common. And then I'm just going to solder that up, and I'm going to hot glue it right here, because then this nut will come up and press it perfectly, and then we should be good to go. All right, the button's hot glued up there. We got the wires ran. We're gonna plug some more wires into this and test them both, but we should be good to go. All right, well, I tested it with the brake pressure sensor, still nothing. I tested it with the button, and boom. Tomorrow, instead of a daily upload, I'm actually going to just be doing a live stream of Assetto Corsa. So if you guys want to join me, that would be rad. We can tandem and do all that fun stuff. I don't know if it's going to be on YouTube or Twitch. So my Twitch will be in the description down below. Just go follow it. That way if it's on Twitch, you'll know. And if it's on YouTube, you're already subscribed more than likely, so you'll see it pop up. But make sure you hit the little bell next to my subscription where it says subscribe. Hit the little bell. That way it'll notify you when I go live. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Spiff, and I'm out. Peace.